Hi, friend. There's lots of answers to lots of questions in this show, so let's get started.
Okay, let's open it up to some Q&A. If one of the moderators on Discord, unless I'm missing something, did I forget anything?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, let's open up to Q&A. If one of you guys, one of the moderators can open up a channel in Discord, we'll also, if one of you guys wants to jump on the forums, I think there is a thread there for Q&A.
While you're waiting, would you like to maybe repeat the stuff from after the trailer that was
Oh,
cut
did
off
I
one
miss
more
something?
time?
Well, I don't know what exactly we missed from that, but
I think we mentioned it was some regional stuff.
right, some regional stuff. December 18th, all people will be able to play Ashes of Creation Apocalypse. You can go now to register. If you have not already registered on Ashes of Creation website, you can go now to apocalypse.ashesofcreation.com, and you can register there.
Yep.
And we're pretty excited about that. I think that was pretty much what I mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, let me open up Discord. Do we have Discord? Live. We should be able to put up live stream Q&A. Here we go. I got it. Okay.
Yes. I'm failing.
I have gotten that. Oh, I am so sorry. I don't remember if we mentioned this. We did mention that everything in Apocalypse will be transferred on your account to the MMORPG. Okay, very good. Okay, question from Guildheart. First question. Gauntlets, as in with fighting fists, will it be in the game? If you can't answer that, then cartography. Thoughts on that being an artisan class? So with regards to cartography, we do plan to have, it's not exactly cartography, but it does involve maps and pinpointing the location of treasures throughout the world. And as you are able to find these treasures, you will create better maps and hinting the location through either rumor mills or your interaction with different NPCs and having access to the potential dig sites that may be present for treasure finding. Gauntlets, we do have fisted or fist weapons, don't we? Where we're talking about cestises.
It's on the roadmap as sort of a stretch goal, but it's not something that's confirmed yet. It's going to depend on animation and those resources.
Okay, question from Peon. Question, you mentioned that we can use the cosmetics earned from the BR in the MMORPG. It's not just the BR, it's the BR, the Castle Sieges, and the Horde mode. They'll all have unique cosmetics and they'll all be transferred into the MMORPG with your account. Will there be any restrictions on this? Aren't you worried that being able to equip this stuff at level 1? Okay, perfect. That's a great question. So it's not that you'll be able to equip necessarily an item at level 1. These are all cosmetic skins. Again, we are not about the pay-to-win or pay-to-convenience life. What we want to do instead is, as you earn, craft, or find equipment in the MMORPG, these skins that you've earned in Apocalypse will be available at certain tiers, levels, and or access points. So for example, we have different grades of mounts, right? We have the base 1 land mounts. We have the royal mounts. We have the flying mounts if you're a mayor or a king or queen. We have legendary mounts. These classes of mounts will have available skins associated with those particular classes. So, for example, if it's just a land mount and we have, let's say, the what was the name of that one that we were just doing with the ram?
The Ram Strider.
The Ram Strider. If you have the Ram Strider skin that you've earned from Apocalypse, you'll be able to apply that to your first land mount, which will probably be earned within the first 5 levels. You'll earn a land mount. However, if you have, let's say, for example, the Griffin, which will be a glidable mount. I'm sorry, what's the name of the night one? The Midnight, is the Midnight Bird or something like that?
The Night Hunter?
The Night Hunter. I think that's it.
Yep,
if you have that skin, you'll only be able to apply that skin to a royal mount. So you'll still have to earn these things. Remember, our position is that of you need to earn these things in Ashes first. They're not purchasable or earned outside in Apocalypse, and you're granted that immediately. These are skins that you apply to the things you earn in Ashes. We still want to keep that economic principle of risk versus reward and not being able to pay to win or pay to convenience. These are things that you still have to earn. That's a great question, Peon. Thank you very much. Okay, let me, you got one from the...
I've got one. What does Steven want for Christmas?
What I want for Christmas is to find the, for our next hiring phase, to make sure we get the absolute most veteran and best possible hires from each of these positions. No, just kidding.
No, it's a great wish. That's from Sindel W.
Yeah. What I want for Christmas is I want you guys to have fun, and I want you to enjoy and have a clean send-off for Apocalypse so that you guys can enjoy the world of Vera early, and that our castle sieges come to you and are fun to play, and we move on to Horde as well. That's my Christmas. And other than that, yeah, I don't really know what I want for Christmas. What's another one we got?
Karthos. Any plans for aquatic freeholds, such as a coastal river freehold that you can use to farm fish, or maybe have a dock to launch ships from? So there's kind of two answers to this. One is that I probably can't say it, so I'm not going to say it. But we have some plans in the future for something that's extremely aquatic. But in terms of what you're asking specifically, that is part of what we're talking about for the freehold system, where depending on where you place your freehold, you're going to have different environmental tiles available to you, and those will kind of enable or buff existing structures that you place on your freehold. So while it's not exactly that, I don't know that we would put like fish farming just for a freehold that's on a river. What we would probably do is give you a buff to fishing in that area, that kind of a thing. So there'll be more buffs for existing things rather than necessarily special buildings just for that area. But again, we're not fully baked in on that system yet, so it's very possible that we end up going down the direction.
Okay, very good. Somebody says, Nyth horn crafting mats, question mark? Ooh,
that's a really bad idea.
That's spicy. Okay, question from Hicks. How do Alpha 1 backers get their packs on my.com for Apocalypse? So the way that works is if you own a package or a Kickstarter account or a Summer Backer, that is an Intrepid account. And we will potentially have an answer for transferring over to my.com or Mail.ru, and we'll detail that out in the coming future very soon, before obviously we have those testing periods. Do alpha backers need to register for APOC as well? As long as you own an account on ashesofcreation.com already, there will be a migration process that you will receive information about in the coming week, probably, and then probably next week, I would imagine, before obviously December 18th. That you will be able to log in and migrate that account over. So you don't need to re-register. Will we get real greatswords? Yes, you will get real greatswords. The greatest of swords.
The greatest of swords?
Yes, we know a lot of great swords.
We do.
Right. The experts tell me I have the greatest sword.
The experts say we have the greatest swords. Oh my goodness. Jailon asks, are we still on time for Castle Siege mode at the end of December? So again, Castle Siege and Horde mode, those will be first tested by Alpha 1 backers for roughly a month, maybe a little bit longer. But the end of December is when we first plan to have some external testing with our Alpha 1 backers logging into the Castle Siege map and doing some things. All the features will not necessarily may not necessarily be there, although we hope to, and it's still on schedule for that. But end of December is when we plan to have Alpha 1 backers logging into the Castle Siege map. Will there be a purchasable soundtrack? Potentially. Maybe.
We hope so. We hope the soundtrack is good enough that people can purchase it.
Bear is a great composer, and you'll be seeing music from Bear soon, trademark. You cannot rush art.
You can't.
Well, you can, but...
It usually ends up not so good.
Right. Pendragon asks, will you guys be going to PAX South? We will not be going to PAX South. However, we did recently reserve our space on the floor for PAX East, but we will let you know as soon as that is final. about PAX East. Okay, question
From every hole is a goal.
nice.
How much of an effect
Oh,
will RNG
no.
have on PvP? RNG in PvP can be frustrating,
What?
especially when you can outplay your opponent.
I didn't even hear the question.
Yeah, thanks. I'm sorry. Can you read that over one more time? Not the name, the question.
They're talking about golf. People.
Oh, okay.
How much of an effect will RNG have on PvP? RNG in PvP can be frustrating, especially when you can outplay your opponent, but RNG mechanics, for example, CC resistance chance or hit damage chance get in the way and you lose because of it. P.S. I'm fine with crit chance. So the way that our game is structured with the hybrid action, tab-targeted sort of hybrid, RNG is always going to play a role in Ashes of Creation, whether that be in PvP or PvE. But one way to mitigate that is through the action system. The action system is going to be far less sort of dependent on those dice rolls, and they'll be far more in your own hands. It won't ever completely eliminate that, but it's a way for us to sort of reward skilled play versus sort of tactical strategies type play.
I mean, the way the stats are set up, that you can mitigate that by raising stats, lowering stats. It's not a flat like this works exactly 50% of the time for everything. So that kind of RNG isn't as common.
A question from Soluna. Could you please add an option that we change our profile picture on the Ashes website? Yes. Is that in the new? That's in the new. That's in the new website. We're going to be running. By the way, we're going to be running testing with Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Beta 1, and Beta 2 backers for a lot of the new site functions over the next week, roughly, as we prepare for the new website launch. So be prepared, if you're a backer, to receive emails with instructions on how you can help us stress test the website, the new website, as we launch it. And you'll be able to see some of those new features when we begin that testing. We did open the new site's registration and the landing page for Apocalypse. That's part of the new site structure. But we'll be launching the whole new site and its account registration process before the 18th. And testing will probably begin this weekend, I think, if it hasn't already today. Shays asks, will there be a free version of the pass available for registered users within the Apocalypse? Yes. All players, everyone, has a free adventuring path in Apocalypse. And that free path includes the questing. You can still level up to 50. You will gain rewards and cosmetics. I think there's about 15 to 20 cosmetics you can gain. And then if you choose to, you may purchase the legendary path, which contains like another 50 plus rewards, I believe, for cosmetics, as well as a shop for like one-off cosmetics, I think, too. What do Kickstarters get? So all backers, that includes Kickstarters, summer backers, and anyone who's pre-ordered a package, will receive the first chapter, the legendary path, for free. That's the first 70 days. You will have 71 different cosmetic or rewards that you can earn over the next, from December 18th until whenever 70 days is past that.
March-ish?
Yeah, I don't know. And then additionally, Alpha 1 backers will have a lifetime membership. All Alpha 1 backers, including Intrepid pack owners, all Alpha 1 backers will have a lifetime membership to the legendary path for Apocalypse. Okay, here we go. Next one. Question. Eldritch skins are nice. HP Lovecraft style enemies are confirmed. There's some.
Smile.
Smiley face. Okay, question from Daddy Issues. Wow. Okay. Question is, Nodes 3 when? So, funny that you ask.
We were just talking about that.
We were just talking about that. One of the key components that we want to hit from a development standpoint before we release Nodes 3 really has to do with an overall picture of the MMORPG map, which is what we are right now completing that in the game world itself, and getting to see the spread between all available nodes, so that you guys get an actual in-game view of this broad open area map. When that is complete, that's one of the last puzzle pieces before we feel comfortable with Nodes 3, and that is currently in
the pipe.
In the pipe.
5 by 5.
5 by what?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't even know if I used that right.
Okay, Versace asks, do you plan on speeding up the combat, such as Black Desert Online, how it is fast-paced, or is the combat you have now plan to keep it? So it's important to note, Apocalypse is a pure action combat arena. So it does not contain our hybrid system. Although Castle Sieges and Horde mode will have the class kits available, they are still going to be all action-based. So the combat you're seeing now in Apocalypse is our action side of things that we're really testing.
And it's probably going to be about as fast as it could possibly get. It's not going to get too much more frenetic than it is already. If anything, it'll be slowed down more to give people, space and time. And certainly, the time to kill will be quite a bit longer in the MMO.
My mic?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Steven, we can't hear you.
I can't. For many people who could not join for the most recent test due to not being able to log into the launcher because of random rejections, will these accounts will be fixed before Apocalypse? Yes. Okay, Hero, great question. So some of the issues that these tests that we've been conducting recently have been addressing is our installer and patching process. We have completely redone that to address some of the issues that we were seeing. And we'll be rolling out that new launcher, I think, on Saturday's test.
Yeah, that's the goal,
yes.
is to really bang on that.
Yes, and that is an advanced installer that actually is going to go, it is going to be top notch. So that's one of the major issues that we saw. Another thing that
so keep trying, please.
Yes,
please.
we
would be very curious to know, who is this?
Well, not only that, it's Hero, but
Hero.
Not only, when you fail to connect, we receive logs from that. Even as you disconnect from our back end and you're failing to authenticate, we're seeing who that is, why they dropped, the timeout time, location, what was their packet loss, what was the latency they were experiencing, where did they see the hiccup in their installation side and the patching process. So it's important that even if you fail, you do that a couple of times so we can see what that is. And that's what we're collecting our information on. Oh, and another thing, part of this week and this weekend's test is also nailing down some of the few replications errors. You may have seen this yesterday that players were running sideways in the test, and that had to do between when players would land on their Griffin and they would send an update to nearby players. Hey, I've switched states from riding to falling to now my idle state, my combat idle state. They get stuck on one of those and it doesn't replicate correctly to the other players. That's something we've addressed yesterday and we'll be hopefully having either a fix today for it or you'll see that fix on Saturday's session. So we're getting some of those fixed out. You'll see also that we did a few 100-player matches yesterday. That was good. We got a lot of great metrics on that. We saw good performance on the back end from that. But there were some interesting latency issues with hit registration. We've addressed those as well.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Next question. Do we have any more questions from the website?
Sorry. I got distracted.
Punk T asks, how sure are you that the development of Apocalypse games will not interfere with the timeline of the original base MMO? So the way that we're certain in that, and you'll see this next week as we show you the MMO development and where that is in relation to Alpha 1, is because everything that is done in Apocalypse is done for the MMORPG as well, including all of the weapons and how they cast certain spells. Those are all spells that will be found within the skill trees. Including all the art that you see, the server architecture, the back end, the way that we authenticate accounts, the way that we have account services, fulfill rewards and quest advancement. All of those things are the MMORPG. They're just done in a different mode to accommodate a fun atmosphere that can be persistent until our launch of the MMORPG.
And it doesn't require a lot of content on our part because we still have so much content to build. This kind of gives things, it's a good place to do this kind of a test because it kind of
Yes.
checks all the checkboxes for the information that we need right now. As we go forward, the castle seed, while it's going to be a really fun mode, it's also going to be testing really specific things for us.
Yes.
Same thing with the Horde mode. Those will be very specific tests that happen to be fun game modes, and they will give us the kind of data that we need at that time. Yeah.
Oh, important note, actually, I apologize. If you have embers from pre-order packages, you'll be able to use those if you wish in Apocalypse to either purchase unique cosmetics or to purchase the adventure, the legendary adventure path. Additionally, the adventure path, even on the free track, contains ember rewards, where you can earn embers just for playing. And those embers will carry over with you into the MMORPG for you to purchase, if you choose, MMORPG cosmetics when the MMORPG launches. Yeah, that was that. that was that point. What other questions did we have from
I think
the
we're actually getting close to saying
forums?
goodbye.
Uh-oh. But no, not like this.
Maybe one more from each.
Defense asks, when will you be releasing the MOBA version of the game? We won't be releasing a MOBA version of the game.
A what?
A MOBA.
Oh, MOBA version.
Yes, there will not be a MOBA version of the game. We do not have a MOBA version.
What's something we talked about though at one point?
It was a long time ago, but decided not to do that as part of the Ashes of Creation universe.
Yet.
Or probably ever.
Never say.
Never say never. Tolnar reveal when ready. Is Apocalypse going to be solely PvP or will it also be PvE and world questing? Penny, great question. The Horde mode is purely PvE. So when the Horde mode releases, it will be a cooperative defense with up to 50 other players. And you will be defending against waves of NPCs
And bosses.
and we'll be able to
monsters.
test all
Should be
those
fun.
things. It'll be great. Can we make custom emotes? Oh my gosh, I think that was something that we talked about a long time ago. I really wanted to do where, I played a game where you can create custom songs, right? It would be awesome if we had, and I know we talked about this, and you're giving me that face.
No. Yes, that was my face. That was my face.
But
I shouldn't deny
if we had blend states between available animations for custom dances,
It would be amazing.
it would be amazing. All right, you heard it from Jeff Slips himself. We're going for it.
I didn't say.
Well, what? What? You just said it. It's on record. I'm just kidding.
Steven is shortening my life.
I love it. Okay, question from Valhas. Will there be an active block in game or will ranged be king? So Valhas, there currently is in Apocalypse an active block. The sword and shield weapon has a stance that deploys a shield in front of you. And that shield is an actual hitbox that blocks projectiles, an active blocking stance. And we're playing, that's just the first, that's literally the first rollout of that. We want to play more with that and see how that happens. Alex PG says, please tell me that AOC will not be a laggy mess like so many other MMOs. It will not be a laggy mess like so many other MMOs. And the reason for that is because we are, especially with the deployment of Apocalypse, we are leveraging cloud computing and the cloud infrastructure to provide servers close to locations throughout the world so that wherever you might be, and those servers will be tagged with their location and latency for you so that when you pick your server, it will be in an appropriate location, not subject to the location of a particular company's data server, right?
Right, and then also it's all the
center.
optimizations that we're doing on our back end. It's all really
Absolutely.
super cool, customizable stuff that we're doing on our own, that we're building out, that will be able to support sort of this gigantic amount of people without actually really hurting your performance doing it.
Yes, absolutely. Question from Dexter. How reckless are you planning to be versus bots and gold sellers and versus hackers, cheaters, and explorers? We're going to kick their butts.
We'll kick them off the
We're
server.
going to kick, yes, not physically. We've never harmed a person or a bot. Well, bot would be okay. But
Can you harm a bot?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But anyways, we will be banning those individuals, and it's important to note that we are players, and a lot of games have had their deaths because of rampant botting.
When there are more bots than there are people on the server, there's a problem.
There's a problem. And our goal is to have 0 bots on the server. So we have already very good partnerships with a couple of security resources that either track packet information and or behavioral metrics within the game, and we will be very vigilant against those particular
It's all very cool technology that works pretty well.
It does. The emote question you didn't really answer. I was asking about custom text. Oh, okay, yeah, last one. Okay, hold on. Let me find a good last one. Okay, last one. Last one. I'm sorry, real quick one. Somebody asked about European servers. We will have European servers up and running. Second last. So next one. Beardly Funny. Can you confirm that indeed the current animations are placeholders and not the final version? Yes. We can confirm that animations, art in general, will continue to develop and get better. Part of being able to see a game in the state that Ashes of Creation is and in development is that you get to see those things as they continue to improve. So if I were you, what I would do is I would take a look at the videos on our YouTube from a year ago, or even slightly beyond a year ago, and I would see where they were then, and then I would take a look at the videos now, and I would see how much they've improved, and then I would project that out, 6, 8, 10 months, and see where you think we might end up. The great thing about art is, regardless of whatever code and design are doing, it's always moving.
It's always moving.
And it's always
something to do.
Always getting better. And Unreal Engine is such a great engine from a graphical fidelity standpoint, and from the tools that the artists have to work with out of the box, and also custom tools that we've created that interact even with different art software out there, that we can do amazing things, and we keep on doing new things as well as we develop. Okay, so I think that's the last of the questions. Guys, we are really excited to be able to launch the open beta for Apocalypse come December 18th. Along with our partners at My.com and Mail.ru, we intend to offer you the best possible service, and also to see you guys have fun on our servers, playing Apocalypse, getting immersed in the world of Ashes of Creation, looking forward to the castle sieges and the Horde mode that are going to come out, being able to earn rewards and have a hands-on experience with Ashes of Creation in perpetuity, something that will continue forward as a 24/7 gaming experience. And everyone at the team here has been working an unbelievable amount in order to get this in a state that we feel comfortable handing it off to you guys to test for open beta. We cannot thank enough the absolute persistence, dedication, and commitment that our Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 backers have endured so far in helping us to get to a good state. And we still have a little ways to go before the 18th. And we appreciate that assistance as much as possible. And we look forward to inviting you guys into the game and seeing you guys having a lot of fun there. It is going to be an awesome experience for everyone here at the studios to hand something off to the community.
It's also scary as heck, but it's also really exciting too.
Yeah. It's exciting, it's scary, there's a lot of emotions. We honestly are very happy to have such a great community like you guys. Oh, one other quick thing. I'm sorry, real quick. We did hire a new community marketing lead / community manager who will be announced soon. Very soon.
We're really excited.
Very excited. She is a tremendous individual with a true gamer at heart, and she has had experience running some major MMOs that many of you have likely played. So we'll
Can't
be
wait to
announcing that
announce
soon.
it.
I'm sorry, that was a quick interruption.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. We love it. So we'll see you guys next week with an update from the MMORPG and a playthrough that's going to be roughly 30 minutes long. We can't wait to show you guys that. And testers, we'll see you tonight, and we'll see you over the weekend. And everybody, have a great week. We will see you all soon.
See you guys.